Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you were able to see a little bit what I had just shared with the documentary. I just share with you a little bit of a documentary called Life on Our Planet, which I think it's the best documentary to show everything that happened in the history of the planet, and I will recommend to you to watch it because it was amazing. So the reason why I wanted to show you that specific moment when Chicxulub, the asteroid that hits Yucatan in Mexico, it's because that day that happened changed the whole course of history, of the evolution of the entire planet. So it basically fell in this part of Mexico and it changed everything that we know today in our planet. So that specific moment allowed the mammals to take over the planet and allowed us to be here today. So what we have in this territory in Yucatan in Mexico is like the biggest trauma in history. Is the biggest trauma of all that changed everything. And what is the difference between other massive extinctions? The biggest difference is that it happened in just a few hours. So that's the great thing that happened. So we all have this trauma in the origin of our genetics, in our inside. So this story of this trauma is basically related to a tiny particle in the cosmos that got lost and fell in our planet and changed the course of everything. So trauma means wound in Greek. And because so of course it created a wound, because as it fell in our planet, it changed everything. It could change the course of everything. It hurt the planet. So we had to heal through that. And we have it in our geography, in our biology, in everything we have today. That trauma is still on. So the last month, I have been receiving this information of go to the origin of your trauma, the origin of the great trauma of this planet. And if we go backwards in what was the greatest trauma of this planet, we go to this asteroid. And the reason is because it was not a natural process. It was something sudden. So usually a trauma on Earth, when it's natural, it takes millions of years, because traumas like creating mountains, valleys and stuff, continents, it takes millions of years to be created. So the traumas that generate those changes are very slow, which means that we have adaptation. We have time to adapt to those traumas. So it takes a long time. So the difference with all the other traumas is that when this asteroid hit the Earth, it was a sudden trauma that nobody could expect, that there was no time to adapt. And it changed everything. And it hurt everything. So that's why it's the biggest trauma of humanity, of Earth, which gave origin to our humanity. So that's why the biggest trauma that we can have in our history is Chicxulub, which is this asteroid. So why are we doing this event now in September? Well, the thing is that we're going to the very origin of the trauma to talk about how to get prepared inside of us because of the possible trauma that is coming in 2029 in April, which is another asteroid that will cross very close to Earth, like this distance, which is Apophis, another asteroid. So thousands of asteroids cross the sky all the time. But what is not normal is that an asteroid the size of a mountain crosses very close to Earth. So in 2029, the asteroid that will cross close to the Earth, if it hits the planet, it could happen exactly the same as the dinosaur time. So this is not going to happen. I clarify this. This is not going to happen. So this asteroid will cross again close to the planet, I think in 2036 and then 2060 something. And what people believe, scientists believe is that in 2060 something, it might cross the gravity of the planet. It's not sure, but it's a possibility. And the moment in which we are going to be able to see it very close by, even to see it from here, it's going to be 2029. So the reason why, so now on, we have 4 years to get ready to realign to this possibility of what happened before. So going back to the origin, we can realign to the possibility of a new origin. So the thing here is, how is that new origin going on? Whether the asteroid hits the Earth or not. So energetically, an asteroid hits the magnetic field of the Earth, and it's kind of like a virus entering the system. So the same way a virus can enter our energetical field, this is a virus entering the energetical field of the Earth. So this is why the workshop that I'm going to give in Mexico the 2 days before the equinox of September is going to be about how we realign the magnetic field of Earth within ourselves to be strong in our immune system of energy. So I'm going to be telling more about what we're going to do in the next days. So this is not so long. So this is what I wanted to share to you today, because they have been talking about the possibility of a new origin. So we have to realign with that, even if it's through destruction or creation. I rather creation. So let's make our electromagnetic field stronger. So thank you for being there, and see you in the next days.